What's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons checking in. And real quick, I just wanted to give y'all this quick business lesson that I learned. It's something that I learned when I scaled up my cleaning company and automated it. And now that I have my lead generation service, I was able to practice the same thing that I learned, and it rung true again. So it reassured me that that lesson that I learned was key. And it's this: when you're scaling up and you're trying to put your system in place, you have to understand that nobody's going to do the stuff the way that you do it, okay? If you provide a service and let's just say you clean buildings, right? If you clean at an A level, I told y'all this before, if you clean at an A level and then you go hire 2 more people and they only can clean at a C or B plus level, you have to roll with that, okay? Because what's going to happen is, you could still put inspectors in place and help that C be a C plus or help that B be a B plus. But that's about the best you're probably going to get it, because they're not going to clean the way that you're going to clean, because it's not their company, right? It's just a job for them, okay? And I'm not telling you to accept mediocrity. Of course, we're going to always try to provide the best service possible. But the key word is possible, the best service possible, okay? You got, like, when you trying to really, like, grow your company, you can't sweat every single little thing, because you can't micromanage every little thing, okay? If you want this thing to be big, you want it to be a growing company, then you can't try to like I told the group the other day, I told Clean Business Network the other day, I'm going to give y'all some stuff that I gave them. I did a video for them the other day, and I told them the example of Walmart. You know, Walmart has a reputation of poor customer service when you go in the store, right? But they're still the largest retailer ever, right? So what does that tell you? What it tells you is they must be doing something right, and while they're not perfect, it's still enough to grow. It's still enough to scale, and that's all you need is a system that's well enough to be duplicated. Okay, they got one store, then they was able to do another store, then another store. It was a system that could run without Sam Walton, that could be duplicated. And that's all you need, is something that can run without you, that can be duplicated, okay? And I'm saying that to get to this point with the lead generation service, because you look at this comment I got on the screen. Shout out my guy Kent Holmes. Shout out to Tyrone Dunlap B, okay? A couple of Clean Biz Network members. And if you can look at this comment, Kent Holmes was telling Tyrone, basically, just vouching for this Clean Biz Network lead generation service and telling him how he had a good experience with it or whatever, right? And I really appreciate it. As you can see, I love the comment, right? Love the comment. But I noticed over time, a few months ago when I first got started, that the people that are in the Clean Biz Network usually have a remarkable experience with the lead generation service. And then I won't say a lot, but some people who don't have, a great experience with the lead generation service, or don't necessarily feel like they're happy with it, I feel none of them were ever in the Clean Biz Network. And so what I noticed was, it seems like the reason why the people who the Clean Biz Network have a good experience with it is usually because they've been through my trainings and they've been coached the right way. So they know exactly what to expect. They know how to handle the sales, right? But a lot of these people that's buying the leads without actually knowing what's going on, they're brand new to the business. They don't know what to do when they get out there, right? They don't know how to deal with these situations. Then also sometimes, let's just say it wasn't the fact that this person didn't know how to sell. Another problem might be, okay, well, I got there and you guys sent me a lead, and the people when I got there, the person that you said to meet with wasn't there. Okay, and so accidents do happen, okay? But what happens is, those people who aren't in the Clean Biz Network, they just bought the service. So they just I'm going to try this new service by this Clean Biz Network company. But what they don't really have is, I'm going to try AJ's, AJ's service. And see, that's the difference. So what happens is, the people who are in CBN, they actually know, like, and trust me, right? They know who I am. They know I'm a good guy. They know I'm honest. And they know I'm not going to put out anything that's BS. Versus the people that's not a member, they don't know me like that. You see what I'm saying? So they have a right to be skeptical and sinister about it. And so so when they come back to me, they come back aggressive, because they're like, wait a minute, what's going on? What did y'all took my money? And it's like, really, all they got to do is let me know, and we're going to take care of it. You see what I'm saying? But they don't know that. And so what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is this. I was about to just say, you know what, let's shut down the leads to people who are not in the Clean Biz Network because it's smoother for people who are in the Clean Biz Network. But then what I had to realize was, well, I'm still doing about 80% of my sales for the Clean Biz Network from people who, for the lead generation service. 80% of those sales come from people who aren't in Clean Biz Network. Actually, it's more like 60%. Okay, because CBN members do buy a lot actually, but more like 60% of that revenue comes from people who aren't in CBN. So that would be a huge revenue decrease for me for the lead generation service. And what I had to remember is just because you get one bad piece of feedback from one person, you can't just let that override the 9 other great feedbacks you got from the other people. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like when you with your cleaning business, you get one bad piece of feedback from your customer because you got a new employee in there and they're cleaning, and you like, oh Lord, this system ain't gonna work, or people just don't know how to clean the way I know how to clean. You can't do that, because the moment you start to retreat, you're limiting your growth, okay? If Sam Walton would have threw in the towel on Walmart the moment that everybody complained about their customer service, Walmart wouldn't be Walmart. Okay, what you got to understand is you're not going to be able to micromanage every little thing and be on top of every little thing. And that's what I had to do with my lead generation service. That's what I had to do with my cleaning company. With my cleaning company, when I first started, I had a record of being the best cleaner ever. Me and my wife go out there and we would clean every little thing, top to bottom, in record time, and no complaints. We never lost accounts, right? And the franchise always used to throw us more accounts because we could always, take care of them. We saved so many different accounts for them after the other franchise owners was losing them. And we go in there and save the day. But as we grew, we realized, okay, we can't do this no more. We got to get out the field. And when we started to put people into accounts, even though we still had a very impressive record with not losing accounts, we still were losing account here or there. But what you got to understand is as long as you're growing faster than you're losing, that's really how it works, okay? So I might lose one customer every 4 months, but I'm gaining 5 to 6 every 4 months. So that's what it's about. Like, you're not going to be able to please every single person. It's a service, okay? It's a business. Some people are going to be unhappy. But what you got to look at is the big companies. Nobody's perfect, okay? Nobody has 100% customer satisfaction, no matter what. But you strive for it, and you keep going. You got to take the lows with the highs. You got to take the bad with the good, okay? That's just how it is. So I'm saying this to say this to y'all. If you're trying to scale up, focus on what you can do. Focus on going the right way and being like the positive side of things. Focus on not the negativity that you're getting. Try to mitigate that. Listen to the negative feedback and see how you can improve on that. But most importantly, focus on how you can grow your company, okay? Don't let one little bad piece of information stop you when you got comments like this one on my screen telling you how great your service is, okay? So that's what I came to talk to y'all today about, man. If you're going to scale up, boss up. And bossing up got a lot to do with keeping your feelings and emotions out of it, okay? When you decide, okay, well, I'm going to cut back because this thing ain't working, that's your emotions jumping in. Don't let yourself get in an emotional state, okay? If you build a system and you put it in place and you got employees cleaning 10 out of your accounts for you and then 1 gets a complaint and then maybe 2 get a complaint out of those 10, that don't mean the system is broke. That means you can tweak the system a little bit. Maybe you got to improve that worker in those 2 particular accounts. Maybe you got to fire those workers in those 2 particular accounts. But don't just abandon ship and say, well, I got to do everything. You want to get them right, you got to do it yourself. If you want it done right, you got to do it yourself is the mentality that's going to keep you at a small level, okay? You're never going to make it to that $1 million dream that you have, okay? So that's my word for y'all, man. Let's scale up. Let's grow. Let's get it. Thank y'all.